Apparently I've been talking to myself for the past hour or half hour with no audio. That's great. That's just great. That's good. Because there was lots of stuff. Oh, wow. Oh, confirms you've had no audio all stream. Well, no. Oh, there was a button I neglected to click. It's probably good because I was talking about people. I was talking about Vinny Falco, who is a kind of prominent C++ developer, at least in the Boost community. I trashed him for a little while, so that's good. And then I was trashing Conan as well, because I hate Conan. Conan's the package dependency manager for. It's a package dependency manager for C++, and I kind of hate it. What is going on here? All right, so this needs to build Boost, which is our testing framework, so that we can actually test our stuff out. My dog wants to come in. Let me let him in. Actually, I'm gonna go get a soda. I'll be right back. All right. Let's see where we're at with Boost. Okay, it broke. Wait, is this the same window? Is this the same window I was just at? Library, what do we got here? Okay. Compatibility and CMake will be removed and for, well, where's the error? That's not there. CMake error. Okay, it still can't find package handle standard args. I think standard args is probably, is that a library I need to build? I need to make sure is included. Let's see. So here I have these Boost options. So is standard args, I think there's a few that I need with when I have without test. So let's look at a project that I know works here. This project I know, at least it did work. I haven't really done anything with it in a while. Ah. Here, go on, boy. Close the door. Okay, my wife coming in to get the dog. All right. So, let me look at this. So this just has the one option. This only has without test, and I don't know why that works and mine doesn't. Now I'm using a different version of Boost, but that shouldn't make much of a difference. Other than that, it is identical. I really wish I knew which project it was I was working on where I updated this, because the way that I'm doing this right here is old. That is the old way to set up Because again, Conan loves changing things. Oh, if you change something, if you have something that worked for, you know, for a year or 2 years, oh, they're going to change it because they have a better way to do it. Even though what you've been using has worked for years, no, you got to change it. So Jesus Christ, if you use one thing, if you do something one way with Conan, don't count on it lasting for very long, because they're going to come out with an update or something that just completely breaks it and says, no, you got to change the way you do it, because they love doing that. No concept of backwards compatibility, no concept of like of having your tools, of having stable tools that actually work all the time. Oh, no. Here's a library. Here's a library to help you with your job. Oh, wait, were you using that library? Yeah? Well, screw you, because now you've got to change how you do things. You're going to have to spend another day trying to figure out how we've changed and updated our code because it's been improved. No, I can't stand Conan. I mean, but I still use it because, again, I'm too lazy to figure out Visual C packaging, but whatever. Where are we with Boost? Boost is sitting here. Find package. Why is this a thing? Why is this in my life right now? Missing boot include unit test framework. Okay, so I think what I can do is I can go to the other one. Let's go back here. I want to look at the CMake file for these unit tests. They don't include Boost. Let's see. Maybe this. Target link. No, but this is a CMake error. All right, I have another idea. Again, so much of programming is with C++. So much of programming is just getting your tools working. It's infuriating. What I want to do, I want to go into a different folder. And then I want to set up, but I want to build tests and go on. So I'm trying another build folder, but all right. Joe says the audio is low. I don't know why. Let me see. Make sure I'm using the right device. I don't know why it's low. Hello? Is this better? Is this improve it? What is going on? Hello? 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 Let me try something. I'm going to try AMSR style. Going to try changing. Let's try changing devices. I don't think that works. Hello? Let's try Windows properties. Let's try. Hello? Hello? Let's try this. Microsoft. We're going to try changing. Hello? 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 What is going on? Hello? This is what I get for trying to work. Oh, this stream is an utter failure. This worked great before I went to Greenland. I'm just going to blame my wife. I think she probably came in and just started changing things. No, I don't really think that. But where are microphone settings? I don't have access to microphone. I want to turn the microphone up on here. Hello. Okay, input device. Oh, that does look low. Look at that. Look, it's barely moving. Hello. Hello. Test. Is it that? No, it's not that. No.
Hello. Is there nowhere to turn this up? I mean, I spent an entire $20 on this mic. Why isn't it just absolute stunning quality? Hello. Hello. Well, that looks like it's louder on the monitor. K2242KKKK 422K422K. All right. Tell me if that's better. If that's better, say 123. If it's not better, say 000. No, I just got to wait a minute. I should have been building Boost while this was going on. Error. Value of private package name. Oh, whoops. So what did I try here? Oh, I just tried it in a different folder. Let's see. I mean, I like that it got this far. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. It's the same error. And I've seen this error before. I just don't know what it, I don't remember how I fixed it. 111, slightly better. All right, I'm just going to pump it all the way up. Pumping up the volume. All right, everything is maxed. If this doesn't work, then it must just be this $20 microphone that I bought, which I am going to demand my money back, because why would a $20 microphone not, just have professional radio quality? What I need to do is I need to get the microphones back from Gabe, because those were good microphones that we used on the show. And I remember when I moved to Florida and we dismantled the studio, I gave him, I was like, keep these microphones because we might do this one day. And he was like, okay, all right. And so I bullied him into keeping the microphones. And I asked him a few months ago, I was like, do you still have the microphones? And he sent me a picture. So he still has those microphones. I should go get them because they were good microphones. All right. Maybe 111, maybe even 222, 333. All right. On a scale of 1 to 10, how good is the audio? With a scale of 1 to 10, where 5 is the best, and then 0 is that it's good in one channel, and 10 is good or it's bad in one channel, and I want to make this as confusing as possible. So on a scale of 1 to 10, where 5 is good, but 3 is really good, and 7 is even better. So on that scale of 1 to 10. All right, how do I fix this? All right, I think another thing maybe I need to do is just I don't know. So it can't find Boost, even though it just installed it. And Ashcoin works. The audio quality is 5. The volume is 8.75. All right, so so you can hear clearly. It just sounds like crap. Got it. All right. I'm so distracted now. I'm so distracted. Okay. All right. All I want to do is program, but again, it's another stream of where I'm setting up my tools because I can't remember how to get Boost to work like this correctly. And it works here, I think. Let's go into the workflows. Let's look at how I build it on Windows. So on Windows, do I do anything special? Build type, build unit tests. So I'm looking at a project where I use Boost's unit test framework, right? and it works. And then with the automated testing, I build it on Windows, and it works. At least it worked the last time. It worked at one point. So I'm looking to see why, or like what that project is doing differently than what I'm doing locally right now in a different project. A couple things jump out. Like one, I'm using Visual Studio 2022. My project was using Visual Studio 2019 because, again, it's an old project. I haven't worked on it in a while. But I don't think that's going to cause an issue. I don't think. I'm not convinced. I'm like 80% sure that that's not the problem. Let's see. If I look at the CMake file here, everything looks kosher, you know. CMake build. Like I build examples, I build benchmarks, I build unit tests, and that looks good. Where exactly is it crapping out? Oh, it's crapping out in. Maybe I need to update. So this is CMake 3.25, which is pretty recent. I think that's probably more recent than I have here. Conan. No, I don't know what version I had there. CMake 20. What is the latest version of CMake? I'm pretty sure that's like really recent. Yeah, it's the most recent. Maybe that's the problem. It can't find boost. Find package handed slant. Let's just see if Google says anything. CMake error. Look right there. CMake error. Okay. Download. Blah blah blah. Before using boost, you need to build boost because it is not a header only library. Header only libraries. Let's see. Find package boost. Then you do. This doesn't help me any. That literally does not help. But let's just do this just for giggles. Just for giggles. I have an idea if this doesn't work. I have an idea to move forward if this doesn't work. No. All I want to do is program. Literally all I want to do is program. Okay, could not find boost. Missing include unit test framework. What if I try this? Unit underscore test framework. Unit underscore test framework. It's so interesting that, well, actually, I don't know that the one project is working and that this doesn't. Okay, but anyway. Let's try it. Let's try it again. Goes through, it's finding all the libraries. Wait a minute. Okay, I want to look at the libraries up here. One of these should be unit tests. Unit test framework. It finds it. It's right there. Okay, it found it. That's good. Missing boost include directory. This isn't going to help me. All right, I'm going to look at my project again to try and get any clue. I just want a clue. Add library coverage. That's the coverage library. No, it's all very, very self-explanatory. It's like right in your face. Let me try another project. This project also has unit tests. Let's try that. Let's see how that's doing it. System without tests equals false. Shared generators. Now this does have the CMake path generators, We can try, but isn't that what this is? Or this? I don't know. I really don't know. We're gonna try this. Yes. This is the point where you just start copying and pasting things and just like, I just hope it works. I just want it to work. Just cross your fingers and maybe it'll work. Nope, didn't work. I miss programming. I really do. But again, if I was on Mac, wouldn't be a problem. Literally, wouldn't be a problem. If I was on Mac, nope, no problem. This would work right away. The problem here is Windows. I used to be the biggest Windows guy. Like, I loved Windows, and I would rag on Mac. I would just like, oh, they're awful, blah blah blah. I used to love Windows. It was complete 100% Windows. And then around 2012, I bought a MacBook, and I was like, all right, let me give MacBook a try. And then it took me like a month to really get used to it. And then after about 6 months, I was like, I really like this. And I started programming on it for like personal stuff and for work. And then after about a year, I was like, I preferred it. And since then, I've been complete just Mac. I just total Mac guy for programming, for everything. And I still use Windows because because my work, we build on all three systems: Linux, Windows, and Mac. And so I still like to work on Windows because it's still relevant to my job, and I want to, stay kind of like, I don't want to forget, and I want to stay current, and keep Windows technology fresh in my mind. But oh, Jesus Christ, I hate using it. Oh, Bird of Prey says, confirmed Macs make you gay. No, they okay, old man. Like old man with, I can't use, I don't like anything but Windows because I'm too old to learn something new. That's what it is. People just, you get stuck in your ways of using Windows, and you get scared. I get it. Change is scary. I understand. Change is not for everybody. Not everybody has a young mind that can adapt. All right, what is this? I'm just looking at other projects now. Now there is something. Oh, could that? Let's try this. Now, one thing I am doing that's different is I'm using all of that code to bring in the unit test framework. I'm doing it towards the bottom. Let's do it at the top. Before I set the compiler options, before I include these other subfolders. Let's do this though. Let's just surround it with ifs. I like to indent your code, kids. That way you can read it. All right, let's try this. No, I don't think this is going to work. Yeah. If I understood, okay, Conan build info CMake directory build to deprecated CMake. Wait a minute. Okay, tests CMake line 4. Tests CMake line 4. Ooh. Boost components unit test framework. Oh, this is being treated as another project. Well, Undo that. Undo that. Let's try this. Could that be the problem? Oh, wait a minute. This looks good. This looks good. Oh, disappointed. Disappointment. I have an idea though. Because I'm not doing a find packet, like if I go back to the project that works, let's go back to AshDB, which is my database library for the cryptocurrency I was writing. But if I go back here, I don't think I'm doing a find package call. Because you see here I had this find package call, right? I don't think I'm doing that anywhere. So then actually, let's just do it like this. So I'm specifically doing a find package on the unit test framework, which I don't think I am doing anywhere. And I'm not. So I took that out, taking this out, taking the include directories. And then what this did, this is the, see here how I have project and then I have CMake. This is basically saying to CMake, oh, this is a new project. So just, use new project settings. But it's not a new project because it's a sub-project of the main project over here. So let's try that. Let's try that. Did I save? I might not have saved. I did save, okay. It worked! It worked! It worked! Okay, let's go back to the This was the main folder I was working out of. It worked! It worked! I'm trying not to be too loud. I don't want to upset my wife. All right, so what I need to do immediately is I need to clean up the files, and so basically I just need to wipe out this. So long, bad code. Then I need to create a new branch. Git checkout -b windev. Okay, and then I need to save my code. I want to push this. So this is good. Now I know what you're asking yourself. You're saying, well, Addy, is this going to work on Mac? I bet you this is going to work on Mac without a problem. I would be willing to bet a lot of money that this will work on Mac without any modification. Because whenever, not every time, but 9 times out of 10, when there is like some stupid problem like that, it's Windows. It's Windows. And like if you look at a project like let's AshDB, right? And again, this is just a library. And then what I do is when you make changes, as you can see, I haven't made a change in like 2 years, but whatever. The point is I have set up these workflows on GitHub. And what the workflows do is they allow you, when you make a change, you can compile it. You compile it locally to make sure it works. But when you push your code to GitHub, then GitHub will compile it, and it'll run these tests that you define, and it'll make sure everything's okay. And then generally, because you're working on one, typically you're working on just one computer. Like in this case, for this example, I'm working on Windows. But what you can do is you can set it up in GitHub so that when you push your code to GitHub, it will compile and will run your tests on whatever operating systems you define. And in this case, I've defined Mac OS, Ubuntu, and Windows. And if I look at and these are like script files that kind of tell the computer what to do, how to build your project and how to run the tests, right? It just, you tell it what tools to download, you tell it how to create your workspace, and then how to compile it and how to run the tests. And if you look at these, like the ones for Mac and the one for Ubuntu, which is Linux, are they're pretty much the same because the code is very similar and it's going to just work. But if I look at the one for Windows, oh, actually, this is a bad example. This one was pretty straightforward. This actually worked pretty well. You're like, surprise, surprise. But if I look at like Al, good old Al, which the last check-in was 3 years ago. Oh, I missed this project. Hey Joe, should I start working on this again? But if I look at if I look at the build files here, it's just I had to go through all these hoops, and it's just a pain in the ass. What project was I working on where I updated this? There was some project I got it to work where I was using, because this I think it's Conan CMake Run. Conan has decided in their infinite wisdom to deprecate that. Anyway, that was a lot of work to be able to work. You know, all these things you just got to do, like this meta work, you know. It's just work to do work. And at times it feels that like the majority of my job is just meta work. The gravesite of old projects, yes. But you know, one of these days I'm going to bring Owl back. I want to bring it back, and I want to make it better than ever. Okay. What was I doing? Right. Okay. So I had that. Where's my? Okay. I hadn't included it in anything. Had I? Wait. How? Where'd it go? What is going on? I typed up a whole file. Did I do it in the other repo? Remember, I typed up a whole tokenizer file. You didn't hear anything, but I typed up a whole tokenizer file. Oh my God, where did I put it? All right, so is it in here? Did I? No. Am I going crazy? I must be going crazy. I typed up an entire file where I defined the tokens and I defined the scan class. Well, I started defining the scan class. Here it is. I put it in the build folder. That's why it's not showing up. Okay, so we gotta fix that. I think that was, I'm gonna blame Windows on that. Where did I put it? It was build, oops. Build include tokenizer. Okay, that's where, okay. And then that, it should be in there. Okay. And then this, whoops, should be in here. Okay. Woo! I was going crazy for a minute there. All right. So I have unit tests working on Windows now. Let's save that for the time being. So git status. So I'm gonna git add cmake list, and I'm going to add tests. And I'll go ahead and push. Oh yeah, I gotta set the upstream. Git push set upstream origin windev. All right. So we got CMake. Delete them all. Delete all my projects, all my years of work, which have my magnus opus, something like, I don't remember what it is. Okay. What are we going to do now? We got this tests here. So we could repurpose this. So this is a unit test file, and this is using the old parser, right? And this is just doing some very basic tests. I don't even think it doesn't even look like it's doing, it's literally not doing any kind of parsing testing. So let's repurpose it. Well, let's leave them alone. Let's just add a new one. How do I add a new one? Let's see, test basic, test utils. Why am I globbing? I'm very rarely glob. And I'm globbing like twice in this project. That's disgusting. It's literally disgusting. I am disgusted by myself. Ugh. 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 It's gross. Okay. So let's make a new file. And we're just gonna save it. Let's make sure I save it in the right place this time. We're gonna save it in tests, and we're going to save it as test tokenizer. Tokenizer. All right. Now we actually got to make it look like a valid C++ file. So we'll just do that, I guess, by copying this, and then this, and doing that. Great. Now we want to do boost test case tokenizer. Actually, no. Tokenizer. Simple. Okay. I'm getting confused. No, I'm not. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Do I need? I don't need any of this. This is the library installation. All right. I'm just thinking this is a me moment right now. Okay. So just let me have my moment. And then this is going to be. Let me rebuild this. If I rebuild that, it should show up. All right, test basic, test tokenizer. There it is. Good. Okay. But you get errors. Oh my God, Windows. It's getting linking errors because I'm not linking against the library. No. I just want to program. Okay, I think this is a pretty easy fix though. I can go over here and I can just see how these tests are linking. Or was I using header only here? Let me see. I think if I just do this, if I just add that here. Oh, I also misspelled framework. Let's see. No. Okay, that's better. It's fewer unexpected in the file. CMake test CMake 17. All right, let's try that. Okay. Oh, sweet Jesus. This is one of the most frustrating. Like, this is. And again, this is because of Windows. I have another idea. What we can do is we can look at the output of the Conan files and see what it outputted into. Where is it? It is going to be, I thought it's not Conan paths, CMake install. That's not it. It should be Conan build info CMake. I think this is it. Conan lib boost. Let's look for unit test. Unit test. There we go. You know. Conan libs boost. I think that's what I already had though. Yep. All right. Let's look for another one. Conan libs. Unit test framework. All right, it's just those. What we're gonna do, we're gonna try this too. All right. So let me explain the problem. When you build programs in C++ and you want to use a library because you don't need to write code that has already been written, you can use a library to use that code. So in C++, there's two parts. It's modern C++ is a little different, but for 99% of C++ that exists, this is the way it works. You have your header files and you have your C++ files. The header files are what you refer to in your code, right? So like here, .h stands for header. So I can use the code that's in the header, but if you look at the header file, let's see if I can just open it. Let me find an example. So this is the header file. This defines kind of the interface for the file. This is a bad example because this looks like, okay, actually, okay, this is a good example. So in the header file, you can define all kinds of things that you want to use. Like if I'm the person who writes the library, and I can define it like, okay, here's the library, and here is the code that I'm going to expose to people who want to use my library, right? So you can say, okay, here are your classes, here are your variables, here are your values that you can use in your code that come from my library. Now, one of the things that you want to define are functions. And how your functions do stuff, and functions have a name, and they have a name, they have a parameter, they have one or more parameters. Actually, they have 0 or in parameters, and then they have a return value or multiple return values, whatever. But what you do in your header file in C++ is what you can do is you can say, okay, this is a function, right? Like in this example, I have a function named new key value element. It's going to take these parameters and it's going to return you a B element type. It's actually a B element reference, but we don't need to worry about that now. So this is a function, right? But if you notice, all I have given you is how to use the function. I've given you the identification of the function. The actual meat, so what does this function do? So this is the header file. The actual meat of the function can be put into the C++ file. So you see over here on the left, I have bbdocument.h. Now let's look at bbdocument.c++. And so that function we were just looking at is called new key value element. So if I go over here, I should have a new key value element. So here's the same function, right? But here is the actual code for that function and what it does. Now, when you compile your library, what you do, or what you can do, is you publish the header file. You say, this is the header file is kind of, the recipe for how to use my library. But then when you compile your library, what happens is you take the C++ files and they get compiled into binary files. They get like .lib, .obj, like whatever, .lib on Windows, .a on Linux or Mac, but anyway, there's different types of ways different libraries you can compile, different ways you can compile the library. You can have shared libraries, you can have static libraries, but you compile them into a binary. So when you're using a library, like I'm doing here, or where's the file I just wrote here? So what happens is there's two steps when you take a C++ program and turn it into something that gets used. There's the compilation and there's the linking. There's actually a little bit more, but for the sake of this conversation, there's the compilation and the linking. or I guess it wouldn't. But anyway, so the first part, it takes your code and says, okay, I see he's using this BB document library and he's using it here. So let's go ahead and create. We're not going to worry about the like this, like right here, this BB code. You can think of this as a function. So the compiler says, okay, we're not going to worry about the meat of what this BB node function does. We're just going to write it to the binary file that says, okay, he's using the BB node function here. And that's the compilation process. So it creates this binary file and then it puts a stub at that point where you're calling the BB node function. And so then when linking comes, linking says, okay, I see he's using the BB node function and he put a stub. We have a stub here in this binary file. Now I need to go get the meat. I need to know what that function actually does because I need to put that into the binary file that's being created. That's linking. But what happens when it says, okay, let me go find the meat. Let me go find the meat of the function. I keep saying the meat. What happens when the linking process can't find the meat? You get linking errors. You get these errors that say, hey, look, like you have this function here that you're trying to use, but I can't find its actual implementation. I can't find the meat for it. Like, what is this doing? So it just returns an error. And so that's what all these errors down here are. Unresolved external symbol, because this is saying there's an external symbol, which is the symbol itself is the function, and it's saying I can't resolve it, which means I can't find its binary code. And so what these are saying, unresolved external function or unresolved external symbol, these are telling you, if you look, it says boost unit test. So it's not linking with the unit test library. And I don't know why. Because when you set up your project, you've got to say, okay, here are all the things I want to link to. You need to link to these libraries because I'm using them. And if I look over here, I'm telling it, link to these libraries. Look, mother effort, link to this, this, and this. So I don't know what's going on there. I have another idea. So I just want to output the value of these variables just to see, because what it is, it's literally just a file. It's just a file on the operating system that it needs to find. It's all the library is. All right, so what if I try that? All right, let me look at the output. So they're empty. So that's why I can't find them, because they're empty. I bet I know what. Let's look at my reference project. So there's a map of where all these library files can be found. And I think what's happening is I'm creating the map, but I'm not actually saying, I'm creating the map, but I'm not actually referencing the map. You can kind of think of it like that. Let's look. I think this is a bad example of I think changing all of this probably. Let's see if I did. I don't think that's going to help, but let's see if that helps. And I might actually just have to update. Remember, I've been talking about, Conan CMake run, can't use that. I might actually just have to update how I'm using that. I might just have to go ahead and do that refactoring. which I don't feel like doing. Yeah, they're still empty. I can see them there. So I'm not sure why they're empty here, because they're... Let's look at a couple other examples real quick. So here, we're going to look at a project that I know Joe is familiar with. He is the co-creator of it, and actually the genius behind this. All right, so this, I think I just need these include files. Yes, the TTVG, the first published project from Dogfinger Studios, is the brainchild of Joe, also known as Bird of Prey. Completely his doing, completely his idea, and most of his work as well. It's really just, it's kind of his passion project. It's all him, which, you know, it means he is completely liable for anything that might be in that project. Still didn't work, but let me reload. All right, that reloaded. Oh wait, no, not all build. It still won't work. It still won't work. Bill says, son of a bitch. I don't know what it is, Joe. I mean, you should be proud of your work. You should be proud of the content that you have built, regardless of what means you have used to acquire that content. You know, whatever actions you've taken, you should just accept responsibility for them, and just, you know, accept your work and the consequences thereof. It's still not working, and I think I'm about ready to call it a day. But honestly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go work on this on my Mac. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Oh man, what is the deal? And now I can't even see my output anymore. Like, why isn't it showing me this output? Conan, like, I want to see these lines. It's not even showing me those lines anymore, and I don't know why. Unit test boost. Why is it? Let's try this. Now I could hack this, right? I could just specify over here. Let's see. So this is, remember I was talking about those libraries. You tell it which libraries you want to link to. So this is the list of libraries, some of a partial list, but see, it's got it. Unit test framework right there. I have another idea. I know, I just keep coming up with ideas. Wait a minute. Let's see. Let me try, just for giggles, I'm going to try all of these options here. Let me rebuild. Like maybe there's a library that the library needs to link to. Nope. I've seen this error before and I don't remember what resolved it. Like, okay, so let's take a look at it. Let's take a look really quick at like what it is saying it can't find. Unresolved external symbol, boost unit test. It looks like everything coming from unit test. And the weird thing is if I check what libraries it's linking to, unit test framework is right there. Let's look, unresolved external symbol. Unresolved external symbol, unit test framework. It's from 2019. It's not too bad. Okay. Unresolved external. I mean, that looks kind of similar, maybe. You're supposed to define test module before including UTF header file. If yes, did you build static libraries? If you built libraries, you also need to define defining boost test module first. Let's try this. I'm not entirely convinced this is going to work, but let's try it. Nope. And again, this is only Windows. This is only Windows. I suspect this is why I originally just decided, you know what? I'm not even going to bother doing unit tests on Windows. Literally, I had in the CMake, if you're on Windows, don't do unit tests. All right, well, you know, it was a nice idea to try and program in the morning. It was a nice thought, thinking about it. I mean, we did make some progress, right? I mean, it's not even there. Okay, include. What changes did I make to this? No. It's so disappointing. It's so disappointing. Just like my life. And just like this stream. But thank you for watching. I appreciate it, even though there was silence in the first half hour. But I'll probably do this again tomorrow. Maybe I'll do it on my Mac. And then that way we can actually accomplish something. We'll see. Until then, be sure to click and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon. Take care.